Hi, Gemini. So you guys had an interesting read the other day, and I am doing reads this week in a different order. All the air signs are going today, and I will definitely be catching up with other signs a little later this week. Ooh, these cards are, hold on for a second. I had some flippers. Oh, I got them. I'm going to give this just a quick shuffle since that one was flipped, and I hope you guys have had a wonderful couple days of first couple days of the new year, and definitely we'll see what we can get going for you here. Let's just shuffle a little bit more. We'll see what comes out. They're having a hard time staying in my hand today, so you guys may feel like you've got your hands really full with something, or that you're very busy manifesting things at the moment. Ace of Swords came out when I said that, so I'm guessing so. Okay. And okay, Ace of Wands in reverse came out on top of the Ace of Swords. It just flew out like that. Okay, so we've got for the first 4 cards, you've got the 10 of Swords in reverse. So this is great. This means you're coming out of some type of a betrayal, some type of a backstabbing, difficult situation that was making you feel as though you just wanted to lay down and play dead. You know, I've always said if I ever got recruited to war, I probably would just lay down and play dead because I'd be so scared. This is kind of what it reminds me of, is that you lay down to play dead and then somebody comes along and is like, the war's over. So you're finally like, okay, I can get up, can take all these swords out of my back, and I can start actually living again. So this is definitely you coming out of that energy, you being able to reclaim your own self and being able to really, if your hands have been full, say to yourself, truthfully, there's some things that I can cut out, some new starts, some new endeavors. This may be a relationship, this may be a new project, this could be whatever it is, but this is you saying, I'm not going to start doing that again. Truthfully, I can't go back here. Truthfully, I'm not using my magic wand to start any kind of mess over here ever again. The Knight of Wands is here in the upright. You may be wanting to kind of go try some new things out, especially if this was a relationship. This is kind of the phallic symbol. So especially if this was a relationship, you may be wanting to go out there and just get your feet wet again, or try your palette out, because it does not look like it's been if this was in the upright at any point, then that wasn't a fun situation for you. Now that you're out of it, you're ready to go and see what else is available for you. Whether that be, you could be applying for new jobs, you could just be trying to find new opportunities for the new year here. But whatever this is, you're kind of in and out doing a whole lot of stuff. And because the Ace of Swords had flown out while I was telling you that your hands seem like they're kind of full right now, there just may be a lot on the table that you're trying to handle all at one time. So you're needing to multitask between multiple different areas in your life in order to keep yourself square, even, and stable to do so. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Voodoo deck to get clarifiers for you. We'll see exactly what is going on. Let me just give these one more little flip, because I feel like I just haven't been able to shuffle my cards enough these days. All right, so let's get 2 clarifiers for the 10 of Swords in reverse. Please tell me about 10 of Swords in reverse for Gemini. Good. Oh, good. Okay, so the Agun Bandio came out, and I will show you that card in a second. Okay, so these are the 2 cards that came out for this card here. Now, I'm going to kind of do this part intuitively more so than actually tell you about the cards, just because I'm wanting to try to focus on that more anyway. So I'm seeing that there may have been a Libra, or this is like a Queen of Swords kind of card, an air sign. So this could be you, Gemini, that is no longer sick. That you may have a child that was sick. You may have been sick yourself. You may have been in a situation that you felt was sick. If you are in a sick relationship, then there could have been abuse. If you're in a relationship that had no light shown on it, that looks like you've reversed the entire situation. So now the light is shining directly on what was wrong with the relationship or what was going on, causing all of, this woman's standing on one leg and she's got a knife next to her heart. So it's kind of like somebody must have gotten cut up at some point. Not literally, guys, but literally think, they may have gotten their whole mindset sliced into pieces, or they may have gotten their ideologies changed completely. Something about a situation was not working and was dysfunctional. So this is reflecting that that's now in the reverse, along with the finally feeling free of betrayal. So congratulations to you guys on that, because that's a big step in healing and recovery, is to just be able to accept what happened exactly, the sickness that was affecting you, and those people, places, and things that were involved in that, so that you can change that scenery and make it something that you are able to endorse without feeling like you're nuts, or completely betrayed. Okay, so for the Ace of Swords, the two that came out, this is Aida We Do, came out in reverse. And this is Mambo, came out in reverse. So it looks like if someone had a more or less, like I'm seeing this as a garden snake. If someone was trying to cultivate or garden in a garden full of snakes, and I will use snakes in a negative aspect this time, although I don't think snakes are negative animals. You probably were not able to water or till the earth the way that you needed to without feeling a little bit of fear. If this person is always ready to just strike at you, I don't know if you guys have ever, read about codependency, but one of the things that happens to codependent people is that they will continuously do the same thing expecting a different result. So a good example of that I personally did here was about a snake that's in the middle of the forest, and he's freezing. He's about to die, and somebody walks by and sees him basically frozen in this block of ice, right? And the person takes pity on the snake and takes him home and puts him in front of the fireplace, goes to the kitchen to get him a little saucer of milk to drink. And as they're putting the milk down in front of the snake bites the person, and the person, while they're dying, asks the snake, "Why did you bite me?" And the snake's response is, "It's in my nature." So you can't really be mad at the snake because the snake was hungry, but you can understand that you can't pick up a snake, that you can't pick up snakes and bring them home. That's a very codependent mentality. It's not that you didn't have great intentions, but they're just people and situations that are naturally not for you. And that's kind of what was trying to be communicated by that parable. But I just thought that was interesting that, given this situation, it looks like one person was extremely emotional. Other person was probably way more motivated by thoughts, feelings, and logic than actually processing the emotion behind those thoughts, feelings, and logic. You can have feelings or an opinion on something really easily without actually feeling much. If the other person was involved in this relationship when it was in the upright, using their powers of manifestation, she's got a snake around her waist right here. So maybe if somebody was squeezing you too hard, like I'm seeing an anaconda here for some reason. If someone was squeezing you too hard, if someone was pressuring you to do some things that you don't want to do, if someone was trying to bite you constantly to make you go their direction or to, live their existence instead of following your own path, that might be what honestly has had you over here completely unwilling to start again. So this is actually a good sign, along with the fact that you've got the Ten of Swords in reverse, because it lets me know you're really taking note at this point. You're being meticulous about how you're going to apply yourself to whatever situation comes next. It just seems as though it's not going to be a frivolous decision for you from here on out, that you may have learned, unfortunately, a hard lesson if this was in the upright at any point, or if this was the case, you know, this sickness, whatever illness was affecting you. And so this is actually a very promising look at an evaluation of what's going on in life at this time for you. Let me get the rest of the cards for this one. Oh, okay, well, 3 came out for the last card, but I'm not going to turn Spirit down for that. Yeah, so another one of these new starts that you may not be having here. Somebody may have been considered crazy or had a crazy goal in mind. Maybe way too large, maybe way too small, maybe way too forward, since this is, you know, this kind of looks like the Ace of Swords, this card does. And it kind of does look also like the Ace of Wands. So, you know, this is just reiterating what I've just said, that if we're going to come out of moving towards and masking our true intentions and can just say, hey, this person was not thinking, you know, with their emotions, they were thinking with their head or with what the knowledge they thought they had, then we can move forward. Instead of having this in reverse, we could potentially move on. You know, while this is in the reverse, somebody is cleared away the cobwebs from their mind. They're no longer thinking in a crazy, demented kind of way about whatever movement forward this is. And the 3 cards that came out to clarify the Knight of Swords here, or Knight of Wands, excuse me, were the Agwe. So someone's not moving forward towards this in and out kind of whatever, you know. Someone may want to stop kind of juggling 1,000 things in order to keep their life balanced. And then, you know, this is vanity. This is a woman in a mirror, constantly looking at herself, worried about the way she is coming off to the world and the way that the world is perceiving her both. She's worried. This is actually a lot of insecurity and a lot of inability to leave your own thought process. So the fact that it came up in the reverse is absolutely great. That means you guys are no longer letting the outside world or societal influences control your actions, which is what's needed to break away from codependency. And then also, we got the Yaguo in reverse. So you may be dealing with a Sagittarius person. I was just looking here to see what else I have. 2 air sign cards came out with this. So I'm thinking very cerebrally. You may have a Sagittarius somewhere in your chart, or it could be someone that you're messing with. But this person actually may have been the one who was being very vain or not able to move forward. Or maybe this is you. Maybe this is where you were stuck, and why that motion here, the back and forth, the fact that all 3 cards came out where I was trying to draw 2, does let me know that you've been very busy handling 3 different projects at least, potentially. 1 moving forward, 1 for your self-image and self-esteem, and potentially 1 for your future targets and, you know, your desired outcomes that you'd like to pass the torch towards. So if you're, you know, however that applies to your life, I know that it will be applicable in different ways, but you guys can definitely at least get the gist. I'm just hearing, you know, that this is a real recovery, rehab stage for whoever this is. And it's a one that you're going to have to put a little bit more commitment into. I'm not going to lie. Let me get, let's see, at least 2 cards from here to see how we can, or what kind of advice I can get you for moving forward. That's a Knight of Wands card is a very busy card. That's usually like a wham bam, thank you ma'am, or a once and done, like one and done kind of energy. It's in and out. You know, it's very in and out burger. So I don't know if you've ever been to In and Out Burger in California, but it's an amazing place to eat, but you do wait in line forever. So you know, if you're a busy person, it's actually not very fast food convenient, just because it's always it's a very popular place to eat, and Because of that, you've got to kind of commit the time in line. So I think, when it comes down to it, you may be giving up junk food, for example. That could be a relationship that you're wanting to kind of foster at this point in time, or kind of start doing, like, moving towards. And that could be, like, that's a good example of what I'm talking about. So, all right. So divine wisdom came out for your first piece of advice. So that's awesome. Kind of just keep. Oh, okay. So this divine wisdom and the devil card came out. I think that whatever lesson you just went through, you need to keep it in mind. It needs to be, you need to sit with it and let it sink in. This actually sounds really deprecating and self-hating, but it's not. When I go through something really difficult, I like to isolate myself and kind of sit with the feeling of, being punched in the gut. And the reason why I like to do that is because I don't ever want to go back to that situation again. So whatever it takes for me to move through those emotions, to get away from the places, to move away from the people, that's that devilish, whatever that devilish nagging that makes me have a desire to move back towards the things that have hurt me will no longer be there, because I've so thoroughly accepted, dealt with, and processed out the emotions having to do with or behind this. If you look at this card here, it kind of looks like half of the moon is in the pineal gland of the devil. So when you're confused, or when you're when there's a convoluted situation where you can only see half of what's going on, not by any fault of your own, kind of like the story of the snakes, things can get in your head. You see these two demons kind of really getting up on this poor bull, and then the snake coming down. I'm just seeing a snake coming down from a tree. Maybe the tree, if you think about the tree as being like an afro, or at least for me, I have afro too. But if I think about that and a snake coming down from a tree, it just honestly makes me think about the fact that you're letting go of some of the demons that stopped you. So I think that's absolutely necessary. The divine wisdom card has the medical signal directly over her head. You may need to go get checked out by a doctor, because the loco card was in the reverse. It sounds like somebody's coming back into their own mental stability and clarity, whereas over here there may have been a couple different thoughts taunting you simultaneously, and only one stream of conscious thought or input being put into things instead of a balanced exchange of information. So I am just focused on this aspect of the movement on each of the cards. Also, the fact that this woman is sitting down very firmly. She's looking directly at the devil, the ravine that the snake is crawling through, and she's observing the differences between her consciousness and the secret consciousness of these two little demons playing back and forth on the energy source of this entity here. So I don't know, this also could represent Capricorn. Capricorns are the devil card. So you may need to listen to or take note of the divine wisdom that came from knowing a Capricorn, or being involved with one for that matter. This could be a positive or a negative thing. You will know how that applies to your life, Gemini. But in any case, I'm going to leave you here. I will definitely look forward to seeing you guys next time. Take care and have a good one.